What's up, my name is Sasuke and welcome to another Clash Royale video. Today we'll be trying out a Three Musketeer battering ram deck. So of course when you play the Three Musketeers, you need to have the elixir collector. In order to master up the 9 elixir, you will need for the Three Musketeers.
All for one. And one for all.
To complement them, we have strong defensive cards like the Mini Packer, the Goblin Gang and the Knight, which all serve to act as a counter push as well if you successfully defend against an opponent's push. So enough talking, let's watch this deck in action. Okay, our opponent is Chick Geek from US Military Vets. So he's sporting a max level Royal Giant deck and all his cards are over leveled. His Musketeer is level 10 and he has a mirror which will make a second Musketeer at level 10. And here we go, we have the Three Musketeers right at the back of the King Tower. A really good opening because the Musketeers can defend any push by your opponent while forming a threat by themselves. As you can see, the opponent here with his level 10 Musketeer mirrored, and he has a level 6 bowler as well. He's committing fully to the push on the right. Here throwing level 12 Fire Spirits at my push on the left. It's not gonna do it. Unfortunately for him, bowler isn't a great pusher by himself because he can be easily distracted and he's pretty slow. So we are just stalling and waiting for our opponent and see what we can do to react. We don't really have a good play here other than Elixir Collector, which I don't want to play at a low Elixir count. So here, my opponent plays nothing, I drop it at 10 Elixir. However, he drops a Royal Giant, which freaked the hell out of me. So here we go, Mini Packer to stop the Royal Giant. Our opponent quickly plays a Graveyard. I was panicking, but thankfully I have the Executioner here to stop the Graveyard. Our tower will survive with 80 hit points. Just a thin sliver. Opponent here missing his Fireball. I think he meant for it to hit both the Mini Packer and Executioner. He ended up only hitting the Executioner. He didn't even get the tower with the Fireball. So here you have to use another spell later on. Or a Royal Giant. There you go, opponent not doing anything again, so I'm just gonna wait to play the Three Musketeers. Opponent should have dropped a Royal Giant at this moment, but he went for the bowler, which is easily distracted by the Knight in the middle. I placed it there so that the bowler will be throwing his ball at the Knight without hitting the tower nor my Musketeers. Here a massive push coming on the right. Opponent using a Royal Giant to distract this push while dropping a Fireball. This is a pretty good play. I want to force him to use a spell to finish my tower, so I dropped a Elixir Pump right in the middle to distract the Royal Giant. Goblin Gang here, unfortunately not a great counter for Fire Spirits. Opponent had to use a Zap. Well, I have my Three Musketeers over here. I was hoping he would use a Fireball so that my Three Musketeers can survive. Look at where I placed my battering ram right in the middle of the opponent's side of the arena. That is a bad placement. Don't do that because when you place him, he will get fired on by the King Tower and die before they can do much damage on their own. Here, 10 seconds left to the game. Opponents, two Musketeers are not going to do it, and it will be a GG and a win for us. Okay. So this next game, my opponent has a Fireball which is 1 level higher than my Three Musketeers. So as you will see later on, if the opponent's Fireball is 1 level higher than your Three Musketeers, they will take them out in 1 hit. So it's more or less a lost game if you face such a person. This game I got lucky, or rather my opponent was bad, I don't know, either case. And I managed to pull a win. My opponent has a level 9 Hawk Rider again. Higher level than my rest. Dropping an Executioner here at the back. Executioner is pretty good at initiating a push because he works well with both the battering ram and the Mini Packer or the Knight. These units have a weakness to swarm troops, which you know the Executioner to be really good against. Barbarians here are very powerful against our battering ram. However, with the lock, the battering ram could charge through the Barbarians and manage to score a hit on the tower. The Executioner valiantly trying to fight the Ice Wizard but failing. Mini Packer is a good Hawk counter. It only allows the Hawk to get like 1 or 2 hits into the tower before it kills it. We don't have like Skeleton Army and we don't want to use Elixir Pumps to distract Hawk Rider, so Mini Packer is the best bet we have. And Mini Packer just wiping out those archers while Barbarians do so much work. And if you manage to get your mini P.E.K.K.A onto the opponent's tower, the tower is in for a world of pain. He does so much damage. Here we can use the Knight to distract the minions. 3 elixir for 3 elixir is pretty okay. And we managed to even make a little push with the Knight, but there's no tower there waiting for him. So it's kind of wasted. I just used him to counter the minions. Ironically, Knight has no air attack, but he's a great counter to minions. Mini P.E.K.K.A here again, killing the Hawk Rider with only 1 or 2 hits on our tower. Drop an elixir pump here, because I know my opponent spent a fair bit of elixir defending and using his Hawk Rider. Ice Wizard, no big threat, our Musketeers will wipe him out. And over here you can see the level 9 Fireball just instantly wiping out our 2 Musketeers. So you do not ever want to be caught in a situation where you have 3 Musketeers clumped in a bunch in the same lane. If your opponent has a level 9 Fireball or whatever Fireball level that is 1 level higher than your Musketeers, he's going to wipe them out in 1 hit. Mini P.E.K.K.A to counter the Hawk Rider and the Executioner to counter the Minion Barbarian push. I noticed that the Barbarians are coming closer. I dropped a Knight to distract them. I initiated a push with my Battering Ram on the right, but the Barbarians will body block the Battering Ram and distract it. But I have 500 health from my tower on the left. He's not gonna be able to kill it before time is out. Elixir pump here just to distract the Hawk Rider to buy me enough time to back this win. Alright, let's check out this third game, which is a pretty basic game, no seriously over level opponents, just a nice fight. Opponent has 3 Musketeers of his own, so it should be pretty interesting. Executioner here, a negative elixir trait, but it's not really a trait when the Executioner gets to make a push of his own. Opponent mirrors his Goblin Gang on the right, catching me completely by surprise. Knight is not the best counter to Goblin Gang, but it's what we have at the moment, saving us our lock. But the Executioner there on the left, as you can see, spending the 5 elixir to counter the 3 elixir Goblin Gang is pretty worth it, as he pushed all the way to the tower and brought it down to 300 hit points. Opponent is a Golem deck, so that's very scary for us, because we don't have a Tombstone nor an Inferno Tower, nor say like something to defend against the Golem like an Ice Wizard or something. We use our 3 Musketeers here to defend. I elected to let the 2 Musketeers be on the left because that's where the Golem is coming. Sorry about that. The lock here will damage the Golem and take out the Goblin Gang. It's annoying that he has Mirror for his Goblin Gang. I don't really have many ways to deal with the Goblin Gang, and Executioner is expensive. Here, Battering Ram, always a great opportunity to use it is when you finish off an opponent's high elixir push. Executioner here will eat up the minion horde. The Battering Ram is also great for stopping like elite barbarian pushes, because by itself the Battering Ram can actually finish elite barbarians if they are on your side of the arena. Elixir collector here with 10 elixir in the bank. You have to see what's in your cycle actually before you drop the elixir collector. You don't want to drop it blindly. So I had my Goblin Gang, I think, and Mini P.E.K.K.A, so I confidently dropped the elixir collector knowing that I'll be able to defend against any push that the opponent starts. The wizard there, pretty scary. Tombstone distracting our Battering Ram. So our goal here is to stop our opponent's push as much as possible. I should be dropping an Executioner here to take out the Minion Horde. Look at the angle which I placed my Executioner, being able to fire at the Minion Horde and take out the Golem as well. Mini P.E.K.K.A here is not going to do much against us if he doesn't support it. Mini P.E.K.K.A is not a great troop to deploy when you don't have support for him. He is pretty vulnerable to almost everything. Wizard here marching on our side, but 10 seconds is not enough. He's marching on the wrong side. And our Mini P.E.K.K.A will finish off the Wizard, and this will be a GG for us. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, do remember to leave a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And as always, love yourself and take care. Bye bye.